Good morning. Someone had requested when I bought my watercolored pencils for me to do a tutorial on and show how I use them. So I decided I'd do that this morning. I got this new stamp. It's from Impression Obsession, and it's called it's a cover a card cling, nice, cling backed background stamps. And I have this one, and I wanted to try to just use it to see, um, try to get an idea of some things I could make with it. And this is a really big background cling stamp, so I just attached it to my Sizzix, one of my Sizzix plates, so that I could stamp with it. But that is what I did with that. I'm gonna get some StazOn ink and stamp with that. And this is just black. And this is how I do all my background stamps actually. I turn them upside down. I don't know if you do it that way, but I turn them upside down so that I can make sure I've got a good coat of ink across the whole thing. Because usually when I dab a background stamp, I'll have something like this happen, and that makes me angry. So this is the easiest way for me to avoid doing that. But this one's cut weird on the edge. I don't know. And then I go back in at the end. That way there's not going to be any weird streaks on it. So I'm going to stamp this onto a piece, just an odd piece of canvas that I had. I just started working with canvas, so I've only done one project with a piece of canvas, and I had a piece left over because it came in a 2-pack. So I thought that would be perfect for this. It's so big. Alright. Oh, that stinks. Maybe I should just do it as a paper. I'll figure out something to do with that. Actually, I could do that all over and then use that as a background piece. So, not all is lost. Let's see. It's not a flat surface. I should have known better. Oh, let's ink up this dude again. I need to sit on it to give it some pressure. Good lord. See, isn't it good that I don't know how to edit? Because you get to see everything I do. Nobody's perfect. They make a stamping hand. Still, I didn't get it great, but that's gonna be good enough. They make a stamping handle that's kind of like it's on a curve, so you just with these things, but I don't have that yet. So, okay. And since this is color, let me move it up a little bit. Since this is kind of a solid background, I'm just gonna do the whole. I'm just gonna put one bit of color on the whole background. I think it's pretty good. Can't reach my heat gun from here. Alright, so I think I'm going to do, maybe I'll do white and this this lighter orangey yellow right here. So what I'm not really going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to come in and put some white color in here. And then anywhere where I don't have white, I'm going to put this yellow. So is it bad when you have your glasses on and you still can't kind of see? That's not good, is it? Alright, it doesn't have to be perfect. So, did I? Alright. So I'm going to use my Aqua painters for this. This particular set came in a 3. The blue one is the very, very big tip. The green is the middle and the red is the small. But I'm not going to use the small. I don't need that. I'm going to use these two. Possibly only this one. So you take this just screws off and you fill this up with water. And then there's a little place right here that says push. That brings the water up into the brush. So you'll see it kind of bubble. I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to bubble. And it's wetting the brush down. So now it's wet. So I'm just going to come in here. Oh, come on. I'm just going to come in here and blend this out. This is like super easy. And it's good to start with something like this just to get you used to what you're working with. And you can try some different things and see how they work. And basically, I'm just mixing those two colors. I'm not, it's not like in the areas where there's a lot of yellow, it's just going to be yellow. But in the areas where it's a lot of white, if I just do that, and I don't go into any yellow, it'll stay white. And then I'll mix, see how I just had that little bit of yellow there. And they mix together, and it leaves you with a spot that's white. And if you just put a little dab of color, and it doesn't take over the space. Sometimes I remind myself of a kindergartner. I think kindergartners are like all over. I like doing all over. So that's basically how that works. And I'll show you here how these blend out. There's some things that you can do. Maybe this white isn't the best example. Let me see. I'll do some black. That should be good. Let's see down here where it's real thin. Just get some more water up in my brush. If you use a lot of water, get a lot of water into your brush, in the areas where you don't have a lot, it'll just kind of be a very faint. But where there is a lot of where you've gone over it a lot and there's a lot of color, that's where it's going to be more saturated color. But then you can work with it and kind of move it around to where you need it. Like say you want some over here. In this area where you had a lot, you can just bring it over here. Or you can even use a dry brush and pick it up and make it more saturated. So you can move it around. So this has a lot of water in the tip right now. You're kind of gonna work it the same way you would with a colored pencil and the mineral spirits. You're gonna get that line that you created when you did this, or when you colored in your picture. You want to get rid of those lines. So you just work it until it's a solid blanket of color rather than scribbles of color. And then you just move that around. And if you're going to use this would not work on regular paper. This is chipboard, but so you move that color around. Anything that you have, you can move it to a different spot. I just do that to wipe the color off, and then I wash my hands all the time. I'm messy, but it's basically the same principle. Circles, getting rid of lines. If there's no lines, and you can wait till this dries. Oh, that's what I was talking about, the paper. Yeah, this would totally destroy regular paper. So you'll want to use it on something like watercolor paper, or you can use it on chipboard, something that can absorb some moisture. But basically that's how it works. That's how these pens work. And this would be like for a broad background thing that you wanted to cover in a quick amount of time. And of course the medium would be for something about the same, and then the detail, this would be for detail work. But that's how that works. I hope that helped some. So let me know if you have any other questions, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.